Now, Big Soul, you are really a goat in this food space. So let me just give y'all the rundown.
Yes. Sunday gravy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out to
If
Sunday
you know,
gravy.
you fucking know.
Straight up. Well, bro has been in the food space, or I say your family's been in the food space
Yes.
for like 30, 40, was it 40?
Touching 50.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking
That's
amazing. Damn.
If you know that joke, we love that joke. Damn.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. If you know Geno's, an LA institution.
Is it though?
Okay. We've got an LA born and raised here. Okay. This is a rare breed. We're
No.
rare breeds.
You guys
Okay.
are actually, and I know,
Literally.
me not being from LA, I know you can expound on the impact that he's had a lot more than I could. You know what I'm saying?
Just
Before
to
Sunday.
know, like, that he's from Geno's lineage is like insane, right? Like this is royalty in LA. Okay, I love it.
You don't know Geno's is pizza company. That was the primary cuisine they served with Italian.
Okay, I
Italian
think
food.
we need to hear the story.
Oh, man.
The story.
Story.
Okay, the story.
Absolutely.
Run
Yes,
it up, real
please.
Yeah,
quick,
let's
Fred.
do it. So my pops came here from Iran about when he was 20 years old,
Oh.
and landed in Douglas, Georgia, of all places, and made his way to Washington, D.C., and finally realized he had some family out in L.A., and particularly I think they were staying in Inglewood. And
Inglewood.
so, yeah, my dad made the road trip from Washington, D.C., out to Inglewood. His goal was to become a pilot. So he wanted to...
Like a flight
pilot.
flight
Yeah,
pilot?
yeah. So he went to, at the time, it was Northrop Grumman. They had a flight school. So he enlisted there. And he was working odd jobs. As an immigrant, easiest job to get was busboy, dishwasher. By the time he got out to L.A., his English was good enough to where he could be a waiter. So he was a waiter at the Marriott Hotel over on Century in LAX.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my.
yeah.
Your roots in LA are so fucking real.
Yeah. So he was working there while he was going to school. Really good at saving money, saved up a bunch of money, and on an impulse, he bought a Porsche, which is so weird.
Okay.
Bought a
The American
Porsche.
dream.
Papa
Yeah.
gotta have a life too.
Yeah,
you
you do,
understand
you
me?
do, yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
He's got his wants, his needs.
Yeah, and driving that around for a month, he was kind of like, man, what am I doing? What's the point of this?
Okay.
By chance, he met this family that was building a restaurant in Inglewood on Centinela and La Brea. And he, they were a family, and they were going to build a Mexican restaurant, which a lot of times if you come to the restaurant, you see the arched windows.
Or-
People think like, oh, this must have been an old Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, yes. They
Yeah.
always say that.
Yeah, they do. But no, it wasn't. It was a family. They were trying to open their own restaurant. Very last minute, they got cold feet, and my dad was right place, right time. Sold his car.
So
Bought.
I'll take
yeah,
that.
bought the restaurant.
Straight up.
Period.
Yeah, bought the restaurant and started working in it by himself.
So did he have a concept, or it was just like, or was that more impulse like he did the Porsche?
Pretty much what he had sort of picked up working in restaurants,
Gotcha.
while he was, going to school. Things that he just picked up, he put those things on the menu. And then things also like Persian kebab,
Oh.
Okay.
like Persian taco, like things like
A
that.
Persian taco.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
kubide with in a taco shell.
Period.
Yeah,
You said Kubina?
The fusion.
kubide, which
Oh,
is like
kubide.
our ground beef kebab.
Got you. I never knew how to. Thank you for that
Yeah,
pronunciation.
Okay, we needed
Because I see it
it.
so
We-
many
I-
times.
okay.
And I never know
I'm
how to
glad
actually
you
pronounce
asked,
it.
'cause I
Yeah.
needed
So God
it.
bless you.
Kubide kebab, yeah.
We're cultured. I love it.
Burgers, sandwiches, and yeah, that was him.
Just a random bit of stuff.
little sandwich stand.
Okay.
Yeah. One day, this guy walking up the street comes to him and is like, "Hey, this is a, really good spot for pizza place. Like, do you know how to make pizza?" And my dad's like, "No, I don't know how to make pizza."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I'm gonna come and show you." So this old man comes, teaches my dad how to make pizza and pasta. and yeah, worked with him for like a week and then disappeared. My
That was
dad
an
never
angel, man.
saw him again.
That was a real life
Okay,
angel,
okay,
man.
no,
He's
like
angel.
I've heard this story now twice,
Yeah.
and it's my favorite story ever.
Yeah.
Like a literal fucking angel,
Straight
a
up.
pizza angel,
Pizza angel.
Wow.
Shout out to the pizza lord,
the pizza angel,
the regular lord.
literally.
And so my dad started doing pizzas, and then from there it just took off.
Okay,
Dope.
and where did the name Gino come from? Where did that come
Because
from?
your dad's name is not.
My
Gino.
dad's name's not Gino's. The restaurant was called his name is Ahmad, and you know, he kind of driving through America. You know, he'd see like places named after like Pat's or
Yeah.
you know, and so he
said,
was
"This
like,
is Ahmad's."
I'm gonna call it Ahmadi's.
Amani's, okay.
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah, nice little ring
twang
to
on
it,
Yeah.
for
A little twang
sure.
on it.
So he called it that, and then I think right around like once he became Italian, an Italian spot, he was like, "Well, what did they call Italian places?" Like when I was driving through, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like I've seen places called Gino's, so I'm gonna call this Gino's."
Okay.
But he did it
Okay.
with a J, and usually Gino's like G.
With a G, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
he put his twang
he
on
put
it.
his twang on it. Yeah.
And here we are today,
And
50
here we
years
are,
later.
Gino's, yeah.
50 piece.
It went from that location to he had it in Hawthorne, Gardena, Carson,
Yes,
Dope.
real
El
LA, for real.
Segundo, Inglewood. He had a location on Yukon and Doty, I'm sorry, Imperial and Doty, where I told you like he had the pictures of all the Laker players.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, they were signed, and I mean, those places were just, that place was.
Wait, he had the pictures of.
He had like,
Vintage
so
That
there-
is such an aesthetic. Like
Yeah, it
though,
is.
like that is.
there
That's
were
chef's
there
kiss.
were because he was by the Forum. There was a lot of people that worked with the Lakers or worked with the Forum in general that would come and eat at the restaurant.
Yes.
And so just like little gifts, like here's a picture, and they were action shots of like
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doing the sky hook or like Magic.
Oh
throwing
my
the
God,
pass.
I'm obsessed.
And some of them were signed and some of them weren't.
Yeah.
But it was like just like cool. You know, like those '80s photos.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
No,
about.
like
I'm
that
thinking
is
of Upper Deck
I
playing
literally
cards,
can
thinking of
imagine
those
it. It's in my
videos.
mind's eye.
Yeah, that's hard.
Man, I remember that as a kid because we would go there. He had a big screen TV, and we would sit there. And when the fights would come on,
Yeah.
like man, that place would just be packed.
Period.
And
That's
and-
wavy as fuck, bro.
Okay.
Oh man,
What happened to the pictures now? You still got any of the pictures?
So
Where are the pictures?
sometime through like remodeling, they just got lost. My dad thinks that like
Devastating.
someone came and just probably like took them.
Hey, if you
Probably
motherfuckers got them pictures,
Literally,
we'll find
we want
them.
them back.
I know.
You understand me?
Bring them.
Please
We won't call the authorities.
reward
Pull
him.
up on you,
Literally.
man.
Yeah.
For real.
But yeah, that was him, man.